what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about a rapper from Montreal, Canada. And this dude's name is Jeune Loupp. Now, I'm going to start this off and preface this with some of these names and some of the street names are in French. And even though the story is written in English and is an English publication out there in Montreal, because for some of you who don't know it, the main language in Montreal is French, but it's kind of slowly becoming English. There's like a split between that. It's like a whole political thing that I don't want to get into it. But man, for that purpose, I wanted to just preface it by saying that. But this rapper by the name of Jeune Loupp, he lost his life, man. And it looks like it's due to an ongoing street war or gang war, according to the news sources out there in Canada. Now, this is a crazy story, and I went into a deep dive on a lot of these topics, a lot of the things going on in Montreal to get an understanding of what went down, and it's interesting to say the least. Now, before we get to the specifics, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, man, let's talk about Jeune Loupp. Now, Jeune Loupp, it's interesting because if you look on his social media profile, he's got a decent following. And when it comes to his music videos, he's got videos that have got like in the millions of views. So he was a rather large name or relatively large name in the Montreal rap scene, probably one of the bigger names, you know what I mean? Now, as far as the things going down there in the streets, it looks like he somehow got caught up in the middle of all that. And right now, just like everywhere else, man, you would be surprised that Montreal is actually seeing a rise in crime and homicides as well, just like all the big cities in America. And this is what, man, made me go on this deep dive where I looked in the fact that they have the same gangs over there that we have over here in the States. Now, I'm not going to get too specific on what gangs those are, but the two main ones that you know from the West Coast, you know what I'm saying? And it seems like, man, it's getting crazy out there. Like right now, it is like really crazy. And then when I go to look at their music videos, because I looked at a couple of different groups who are involved in this or whatnot, you look at the mannerisms, you look at everything, man. They look like the same cast that you would see like from Chicago or whatever, man. It's no difference or anything like that. And it's sad to say, man, but it seems like with the rise of that, people are also starting to lose their lives, man. Now, as quiet as it's kept, there's been an ongoing gang feud between two of the newer gangs for like over a decade. So this isn't new to them, to be real with you, man. This is like, it's been going on for a while, but it's just gotten worse and worse. And lately it's just turned up. And I don't know if the music plays a part in that, but it definitely, has something to do with this young rapper, losing his life, according to this news story I'm about to read. Now, there's a news publication from out there. It's called the Hamilton Spectre, I want to say. Now, if this isn't a well-known publication or whatever, I don't know. But from all the sources that I see that it cites and everything that it's got involved, it looks like it's like the main publication for the area called Hamilton. Like, if you look on a map, Hamilton is like off to the side from Montreal and all that, right? Now, what they did is a write-up, and it talked about the situation that happened with this young rapper. Now, it starts off by saying this. The headline says, a young rapper in Montreal's 17th homicide victim this year. Now, it continues by saying Montreal. A popular young rapper with a gun-related past is Montreal's 17th homicide victim this year. Killed in Villeray on Sunday night at the age of 22. Duckerns Wolf Pierre Clermont, known on the music scene as Jeune Loupp, is the latest victim of the city's outbreak of gun violence, widely attributed to conflicts between street gangs. Now, what's interesting is the name Jeune Loupp actually means young wolf. And if you look at his social media page, you'll also see it says young wolf or wolf on his page. You know what I mean? Now, let me continue. It says the conflicts between emerging street gangs or gang-related individuals have likely increased the number of murders committed in 2021 compared to 2020. Pierre Clermont's death is the 17th homicide in Montreal this year, compared to 13 for the same period last year. So, as you can see, there was a slight rise there between the years, you know what I mean? Now, it continues by saying this. It says, according to the information obtained by La Presse, Pierre Clermont, which is Jeune Loupp, the rapper, had been linked to an emerging Blue Allegiance street gang in the Villeray district. The motive for the crime is unknown. Another young rapper with whom Pierre Clermont had previously performed duets with was targeted in a shooting in the northeast Montreal earlier this month. Now, what I've learned is, man, it seems like the northern side of Montreal is actually the part that's like crazy active. Like, it's a lot going on there. Now, the story continues by saying Pierre Clermont, once again, that's Jeune Loupp, was awaiting trial in 3 cases. One of death threats and non-compliance with conditions from June, another of threats and assault by strangulation from November 2020, and a third of threats and assault from February 2020. Man, Jeune Loupp was wilding out here, man. I mean, rest in peace to the dude, for real. I mean, I don't know his music like that. But he had three cases hanging over his head, obviously, according to this report. Allegedly, I should say. Now, in February 2020, he was also charged with drug trafficking and possession of a restricted firearm. He was detained until September, but was released when the judge dismissed the .22 caliber bullets and loaded gun found in Pierre Clermont's clothes and submitted as evidence since the police had searched Pierre Clermont's apartment without a warrant. So he ended up getting off on the gun trial because his apartment was searched without having a warrant. You know what I mean? So he caught a break there. Now, here's where they detail the shooting that took the young rapper's life, man. So at around 9:45 p.m. on Sunday evening, witnesses called 911 to report gunfire at the corner of Marquette Street and Cremazie Boulevard. Police found Pierre Clermont at the intersection of Cartier Street and Cremazie Boulevard. Attempts to resuscitate the victim were unsuccessful, and Pierre Clermont was confirmed dead at the scene. Police set up a security perimeter on Cartier Street between Jerry Street and Cremazie Boulevard. Investigators were called to the scene to interview the witnesses. No arrests have been made so far. Now, the story goes on to say that he had some relative success in the rap game, man, as one of the upcoming Quebec, I guess they call them Queb, rookies, or at least in the Montreal music game, man. And it seemed like he had a lot of love as well, because it also talks about the fact that, he quickly gained fame in the rap world and was involved in like several big collaborations. And then after his death, thousands of musicians and fans expressed their grief on social media. And if you look at his social media profile right now, they just have one picture up, and I believe that's where everybody was leaving their comments or whatnot, man. And I mean, this has caused like even the mayor to react to the situation, and the mayor of the city came out and made an official statement because of the shooting that took place on Sunday night involving Jeune Loupp, aka Jeune Wolpp, aka this rapper that we're talking about. So, man, I like to say rest in peace to dude. It seemed like a lot was going on there, and it seemed like a lot is going on in Montreal, just like it's going on everywhere. And it's odd because, we're used to talking about Canada, we're used to talking about Toronto, but Montreal isn't a place that we bring up as much, and it's just as close to the States as, you would think that Toronto is, or that Toronto is, man. It's very close, you know what I mean? So it's a wild situation to say the least, man. Now, what do you guys think about this? Because if you look at his raps and you look at his music, it's hard to understand if you don't speak French, but it's obviously drill music. It's got the similar beats and things like that. Even though he has his own kind of weird style, like he had a creative type of edge to him too, where he had like some animated videos and stuff like that, which was interesting. But do you think that, as far as like drill rap or even gangster rap or whatever you want to call it, is playing a part in even the crime rate rising out there in Montreal? Or do you feel like these are just isolated incidents that have nothing to do with the music game at all? Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.